Why hello there people from YouTube, the Russian Sniper back on the battlefield, and this time decided to record and post a full match of Battlefield 1943 just to bring the old memories back. See what you loved about the game, what you hate about the game, and if none of you guys have played it out there, or some of you have not played it, then now is the time to get the game because it's really cheap and it's a console game only. You can only play it on PS3 or the Xbox, you cannot play on the PC. Now that is sad indeed, but that is just the way it goes. Sometimes you do have consoles exclusives, PS3 exclusive, Xbox exclusive, and that's what makes each game unique in its own right. So let's get back into the game. And the first order of business would be how many maps there are. Well, there's a total of 4 maps. There's Iwo Jima, there's Guadalcanal, there's Wake Island, and there is Coral Sea if you want to play Air Superiority. You can play just that. I know it's just been brought into Battlefield 3, but keep in mind, Battlefield games have done that over and over in the past. I know most of you guys have come back well, not come back, but come into the Battlefield series in probably Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2 or something like that. But Battlefield games have been around for years and years. And before we get into that, look at this bombing raid here. Yeah, boys, get it. Get it. Look at that. That's like 18 dudes I've just murdered there. PC Elite, sorry, PS3 Elite. Yeah, I'm motherfucking boss. Some dude be shooting at me, but they just don't know that I'm about to kill him because I'm just that elite. PS3 Elite. Look at the RPGs, dude. That's just silly, man. I really enjoyed the silliness of the game. I really enjoyed the destruction. Actually, there's more destruction in this one than there is on the Battlefield 3. And I don't know why, dude. How do you make a game? And don't get me wrong, I only play Battlefield games. I don't play any other online shooters and stuff like that. But how do you decide that you need particles and paper fucking flying around and shit like that and take the destruction out? That was always beyond me. I never really understood that. And you could do damage with a grenade to a tank. You could do all sorts of stuff. And Battlefield Bad Company had the destruction in, and we thought that, yeah, it is there, it's going to be in, but Battlefield 3, not so much. So a little bit disappointed that way, but hopefully everything will change in Battlefield 4, and everything's going to be back to normal to the Battlefield that we know. But getting back into 1943, it had pros and cons. I mean, every single Battlefield game out there had pros and cons. You needed to do this, you needed to do that, and especially in 1943, the air raid and the bunker was really important for you to capture earlier on. You'd see somebody when you spawn on your carrier. By the way, there's only 3 classes. You could go engineer, you could go assault, and you could go demolition, which is your recon. And you spawned on your aircraft carrier. You'd go straight into a plane and straight into the airfield, got straight there, capture it, and then get into the bombing raid and do some bombing. Unless you had a really good pilot on the other team who can really take your planes out really, really quickly. Now, as you saw earlier on, that was the reason that I got into the bombing raid, into the bunker, shall I say, really early, get the bombing done, and you can only move these a little bit. You'll see me just doing slight adjustments left and right, is because you can't really just fly this as a normal plane and just go left and right wherever you want it, or if you decide to change your mind, just do it now. It doesn't really work that way. You need to really plan ahead, and as soon as you got into the bunker and you start seeing some people on the map, you will be seeing everybody on the map because everybody's spotted when you're flying these, because you're flying really high up into the sky, and just plan it ahead, bam, drop it, and take as many as you can out. Now, see, I didn't really take the guys out there. I'm going to take the other guys out because they're the ones that move in closer to us. Even though I missed on a couple of kills, I still got 2, but I'm keeping them back. I'm keeping them at spawn, and I'm not letting them come towards my team and come towards the airfield, so they take the bunker and take that sort of stuff. And it is really, really something that you need to pay attention to in 1943. And the destruction is back. The destruction actually works in this one. When you shoot the shit out of a building, it will be destroyed, and that's just the way Battlefield games should be. And I really hope in Battlefield 4 that comes back. But oh, something just happened then, and I decided not to chill with him there, because in this one there is no turret, there is no armor for the gunner, so you will be exposed. There was no ammo, there was none of that. Every time you had a bit of shooting to be done, you shoot somebody, and you can see that the recoil is bad, really bad in 1943. and you just needed to take your time when you did it, when you shot somebody, and everything was just a little bit more hardcore. I mean, all the sort of World War II games and all war games sort of based that way. You always needed to pay attention a little bit more and take your time when shooting, and yeah, that didn't work out for you, son. I know it's all generals and fucking generals of the army here, but I'm like a lieutenant or something. Yeah, I've been on the battlefield a few times. But overall, it was really an enjoyable game, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, look at that. Check this out. Look how many shots I put into that dude, and he's still alive. This was back in the day when if you shoot somebody point blank with your main cannon, unless you shoot the your other gun, then you would not kill him. It's just that simple. Most of your shells didn't do no fucking damage to him whatsoever, or maybe it did, but tiny. Look at the old Wookiee trying to fucking C4 me there. No, that didn't work for you there, my son. That didn't work. And I love the stupid ghillies, man. I really hope the ghillies come back into Battlefield 4. Because the silly ghillie suits, and I mean, there's not actually a ghillie suit here. He's just got a couple of leaves on his back, and that's it. What's that dude doing? You want to get in, bro? Get in. I'm providing cover here for my team to capture the flag. Look at that. Shot him. I know he's in that bunker, but there's nothing you can do about it because it does like 0 damage. Look, everybody just throws grenades. And it's funny because the tanks are not overpowered at all. I mean, it only takes a couple of shots for your tank to get killed or destroyed, or it takes pretty much anybody can kill a tank. There's no class that can't really go next to a tank and destroy it. There's trying to go in a tank or a vehicle up a slope was always a bad idea. There was no point for you to try and go up a slope because it didn't work. There was no such thing as traction back in 1943. See that mountain just ahead of me there? If you would try to get up that hill with a tank or a mountain or anything like that, it'd never work because you couldn't get on top of it. Even if you had top speed, about halfway through that mountain, you'd still stop and you just had to come back down. The controls are a little bit different too, because usually you have your L1 and L2 where you shoot, but this one was completely different. It was all changed and it was pretty cool. So as you can see, the other tank got a bit messed up. One more shot and I would have been dead. I got ahead and just hopped into the other tank, and hopefully I can still keep the airfield going. Now you see me, I don't really go much. I don't really go forward that much. It's because I'm keeping the airfield safe. I do try and help out as much as I can around us, and hopefully nobody can take the airfield. But the airfield is really important, and having the other team push back as much as you can. Look at that. Yeah, that's how you repair a tank, bruh. That's it. That's it, with a bit of spanner, and that's it. It worked. But keeping the other team at bay, keeping them spawn, they can only spawn on the carrier. And if somebody can spawn in, and it takes like 20 seconds for you to capture a flag. It's really, really quick. Somebody can just spawn in a jet, come up, and just drop down into the flag and just take it instantly, and then all the team can spawn on that flag pretty quick. So it was a bit messy, it was a bit hairy that you had to keep certain things going and certain things safe, and that was the fun thing about playing Battlefield 1943. I really enjoyed it. And every time I play Battlefield 1943, especially Wake Island, and some of you that have been older subscribers of mine might remember this story. I remember when we first got the game, Bosnian, you remember Bosnian from my videos? He's at school, he's busy, that's why he's not in my videos that much these days. I still talk to him, but he's going to get back at some point. Now, when he joined the match, he got spawned on a carrier, he got into a jet, or into a boat, or something like that, and he made it about, I don't know, 50, 100 meters off the carrier, and then he got shot down, or he crashed, or something like that. Usually if he crashed, it's a suicide. I think he got shot down and he bailed. And he was in the middle of the sea, and he decided to swim to shore, because I made it, and I said, well, just swim up, I'll pick you up, and whatever, I had a car. And he swam in, I'm not kidding, for about 2-3 minutes, and when he got to the shore, some dude fucking just waited for him and killed him. I can't remember that. He sent me a message because it was on PSN. He said, fuck this shit, and he just quit. Oh man, I still remember that fucking every day, every time I play fucking 1943. I just remember Bosnia swimming for like 3 minutes, getting to the shore, some dude killing him, and fuck this shit, and he quit. Oh man, but that's the fun of Battlefield games, and I really enjoy that. And that's Battlefield for me. It's the highs and lows of war. Let's put it that way, because it's really, really funny. So I hope you enjoy that little story. And I know some of my older subscribers may remember that story, because I told it about a year ago when I actually played some. I think it was Wake Island on PS3. Early on when Battlefield 3 came out, I think there was a trophy or something like that where you had to run 2 people over with a skid loader or something like that. I think it was in one of them videos that I told that story first, and it still makes me laugh every time I think about Bosnian swimming. We're coming up to the end of the match. I don't end up dying too much in this game. I end up dying once, which was a spawn for me. I spawned on the carrier early on. There was nobody there, there was no boats, there was none of that. I decided not to fucking wait, just suicide and spawn on the fly, because that's the easiest way of doing things anyway. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think about Battlefield 1943. If you're thinking of getting Battlefield 1943, I know it's a pretty fun game. And pretty much you can get it, I think you can get it free. I know you could get it free with Battlefield 3, so I don't think that deal is still available now for people who've done that. I think if you didn't claim your prize back then, I don't think you can claim it anymore, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. So I would still check. I know people got it for free, and if you haven't got it for free, trust me, if you're a PSN Plus member, then it's probably going to be free for you, and if you're not member or whatever, then it's probably going to be like $5 or something like that. It's going to be really cheap. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one with some Dayz. Russian Sniper out.